This podcast may contain views and opinions which are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of any local agency, organization, union, employee, or company, including the podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to Off the Clock Shop Talk, where we talk about union business in an off-the-clock setting.
Yeah.
As you can see, cheers to you out there. Happy Friday, because this will be released on Friday. Thank you for tuning in every week. We appreciate you. On the show today, we have some special guests. We have Joe Parra. He's been on before. He's a returning guest, obviously. We got Manny Rodriguez. And we got Marta
Moreno. Yes.
There we go. Took me a couple times.
It did.
Just real quick, but appreciate you guys tuning in every week. I hope you guys are excited for today's show. I am. We're going to talk about contract negotiations mainly. It's a big thing. I would say here at 952, these are the biggest, or I should say, a representation of the biggest contracts that we have going on this year. It's huge to me. CVS, Albertsons Warehouse, and UPS are probably the biggest three groups that we have. Not that the other groups don't mean anything. We have a lot of contracts. I think we have 13 contracts up this year. We've talked a little bit about it in the previous episodes. It's huge. 952 has a very big year. Plus, we have an election going on, local election. That being said, I mean, we have these contracts that mean more than any of that. We're talking about people's lives, people's livelihoods, bringing them up to the standards of today after COVID. We all went through COVID where companies made, millions and millions of dollars, and it's time for ours, right?
Of course.
I mean, that's what we're looking at. So, Marta first, since you're closest to me, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself. We call this a get to know you segment. So tell us about yourself. What barn you're out of, how long you've been there, those kind of things.
Well, my name is Marta Moreno. I work out of CVS, and I've been there I'm going on 4 years, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, almost close to 4 years.
Close to 4 years?
Yeah. From Whittier.
What did you do prior, all that stuff?
I worked for a pharmacy for 13 years, so that's why I got into CVS, thinking that would it be, pharmacy still stay in the same,
kind of in the same.
It's kind of the same, but not the same. But it's a different experience, and I do like it. It has its moments.
Okay, and I'll ask right off the bat. I mean, you were in a non-union setting, and now you're in a union setting, right? So, in a non-union setting, did you have a pension?
I did not.
Did you have paid for health care?
I did not.
You did not, right?
I did not.
So those are
the perks.
Some of the differences for sure.
For sure, yeah. So that's why I guess I am staying here.
Okay.
So yeah.
And I get that. There's a draw, right? I mean, at the end of the day, every industry has its own standards, pay rates, all that stuff.
Yeah, of course.
But when you look at an industry itself and what you can get out of being in a union shop versus being in a non-union shop, these guys can attest. I mean, if you're talking about warehouse, right?
Yeah.
Talk about warehouse and what you can get in a union shop compared to a non-union shop. It's really, in my opinion, it's just not comparable. It's not right.
Of course not. Yeah. I mean, it's very different. It's a big it's a difference, so. Almost skip me. Come back to me. But
I got you.
It's a big difference going from this to that. I thought it was gonna be better, and it is better over here. But I mean, it has its ups and downs,
Yeah.
But
every job does, and I wouldn't say, look, working at a union job, it's not like you're ever going to get away from hard work. That's not the point.
No, I know.
In fact, I would say as a Teamster, I mean, we pride ourselves on being hard workers.
I am a hard worker.
Right? And I'm not saying you're not. That wasn't the
have
point.
my guys
I'm just saying
can.
we, Teamsters pride themselves on being hard workers. We want that fair day's work for the fair day's pay.
Yeah, right.
I mean, at the end of the day, we know we work hard. We give the company a lot of years of our lives. We're talking about, gaining seniority and all this stuff. And at the end of the day, we just want a fair day's pay.
Of course.
That's really what we want.
And that's where I'm at. And I must stick around for life, I guess. That's where I'm at. I'm a lifer.
Manny, over there on your Apple iPhone,
Right.
your Apple
You better
iWatch,
stop.
texting. It's all good. Texting during the podcast. It's all good.
Introduce yourself.
Nah, it's all good. But Manny, so Marta's from CVS.
Puro CVS.
And I will say,
Hey.
I will say you're from the other big group, which is
We run Lambert.
Albertsons.
Albertsons warehouse. We run Lambert. I'm from Albertsons.
That's right.
We were having audio issues with Manny's microphone. We apologize for the inconvenience and hope this doesn't ruin the podcast experience for you.
All right. Well, Manny, since it's your first time on the show, we want to do a get to know you segment. Obviously, we just did one with Marta. So where are you from? What do you do? All that stuff.
I'm a 19-year Teamster. Come out of Albertsons
Right.
warehouse. From Brea.
You were saying a little bit off camera. You were at Vaughn's first,
So
and then
I'm
Albertsons kind of
original
came in, right?
Albertsons. Once the merger came over in 2017, the whole dynamics changed. Back before, Albertsons ran the show. It's like we were Teamsters, but not really. The old administration kept us in the dark.
Yeah.
Didn't educate people, didn't get people involved. Once I met James Lopez, Miguel Aceves, Shrek, Victor Alejandro, Sergio Bautista, everybody that comes from Vaughn's. I tell people I'm from Vaughn's Variety because they come from a different cloth. It's like family. Felt love right away when I first met them.
That's right.
I see that.
And back before, they kept everybody in the dark. Company ran the show. We were Teamsters, but not really Teamsters. They called us Disneyland Teamsters, and I did too.
Hey, it's a,
That's
Now we're a
that's the
part of
truth.
Fuck with us and find out.
That's the truth. That's what's up. Job, we
Yeah.
know who you are.
Do
How
we?
you doing?
Do we?
How you
Well,
how you doing over there, Job?
Hey, this is my second time here. It's been a while.
It has been a little
It's
while.
been a good while. Things are going good right now. Things are going good. CVS is going through negotiations right now. We're looking to get paid this time around.
Are
we're
we all,
looking,
brother?
As we should.
We're looking to go on strike if that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
This,
Go on strike.
this is my
Outside Albertsons, bro, we got your back 100%.
yeah, and that's another thing. Since I became a Teamster and became a steward and got
Active.
involved, got active.
Yeah.
I met Manny. We met through coming to meetings, and we got close. A lot of us, CVS and Albertsons, became real close. Actually, we actually. They want to say they run Lambert, but today,
No, you
Here
don't.
we go.
No way.
after
Here
today,
we go.
after
No way.
today, after today's meeting, I'm proud of CVS, man. We
Yeah,
had
you guys
we're-
showed up today.
We're
Hey, I
rocking
came through
the
for my first meeting
yeah
today.
yeah Martha's first time yeah.
First time.
Strong with
We-
the trophy.
Yeah, we
The trophy
did.
hasn't left Brea.
It was a full
Yeah,
house. It was a full house
but
today.
Yeah.
Puro
They
CVS,
definitely
like
got-
I said.
Yeah.
Trophies in our house.
Albertsons definitely has the
Yeah,
softball trophy. I will
yeah,
say that.
that's softball trophy. Yeah,
Gonna last
we'll give
long.
them that. We'll give them that. Okay,
Well,
but
look,
yeah.
I guess we're here to kind of talk about a couple things, right? Manny's iWatch being one of them. But,
Right? That's how I was like, what?
But anyways, look, at the end of the day, we're here to talk about a couple things.
Yeah.
One of them being both of you guys are up for a contract this year. Super big for the local, and I don't mean that like in a weird way. It's not like we're trying to get accolades off of the contracts. We have people's lives in our hands. We, and not myself specifically, but you're talking about Eric Jimenez, John Green, right? Frank, the guys negotiating your contracts. We have a huge job, right, to do and get those contracts. Is there anything specifically? And I will tell you, look, we're not going to get in today to like specifics as far as proposals. We obviously know that at the end of the day, everyone wants money, everyone wants more benefits, but is there anything that you guys can talk about as far as what you guys are looking for within your contracts?
Well, within the contracts, we can't really talk too much about it. But
I
what I do like seeing is more people getting involved.
Yeah.
During contract negotiation is the perfect time to get people involved because they're paying attention. So once you have their attention, you got to activate them, so that's the perfect time. So like today was a perfect example of how many CVS members showed up today, and that's what I want to see because that's one of the main things during contract negotiations to get people active. So even after the contract, you have people wanting to come to meetings again. You have people wanting to pay attention or figure out what's going on. How does it even work? So that's what I want to see during contract negotiation is people getting active.
Yeah, as active members, people maybe that wouldn't get involved previously. I mean it's the best time, right?
That was me before. I was like, oh, I'll just see and wait to see what happens,
So curious, is that what got you involved and got you kind of come to the meetings? Obviously, it's your first meeting.
The stewards are very dedicated, and I like the passion. You guys have a lot of passion, so that's what
we have to.
No, that's what got me to get to a meeting because these guys are like, you gotta go. Like it's about family. It's about like livelihood.
Yeah.
So that's why I came because I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna support you guys. Because I got a family too. So that's what got me involved, and that's why I came to my first meeting today. And it was intense. The first meeting, they took a picture. They made CVS. As CVS, they brought us up to the front, and we all took a picture, whatever. And it was an experience. And I can say I'm gonna come more often.
Okay, well, so, I like to hear that. Obviously, as an active member. At the end of the day, obviously I'm a business agent, but look, I'm a member first. I'm 23-year Teamster, whatever you want to call it. I've been around for a little while. Coming out of UPS, it's different. We had our contract negotiations a couple years ago, but really it's your turn. You guys, it's time for you guys to get involved, and obviously you have the support of Local 952 in a whole, right? You're talking about CVS, Albertsons, all the linen companies, the Pepsis, the Cokes, the UPSs. We all got your back 100%. Is there anything, Manny, that you would say that, is standing out to you within these negotiations within Albertsons?
So our contract's not up till September. So right now it's the CVS contract going on right now. Their contract's due up April. Towards the end of April, I don't know the date. If they
26.
go on strike, we got their back. April 26th. They go on strike, I'll be there the first day.
Yeah.
You should.
Strike, me, Shrek, Sergio, Ricky, Steve Sanchez, anybody else I missed, we'll be holding down that strike line.
Yeah.
110%. I know when we go on, if we have to go on strike in September, they don't give us what we deserve, we'll be on strike. CVS has our back.
For sure.
Because everybody else should have our back.
Yeah.
UPS, lending companies, Coke, Pepsi, everybody else we represent, let's stick together, let's stay strong. The more members involved, the stronger we are.
Yeah. And I agree, and it's weird coming out of UPS, I will say. I think we have the longest negotiated contract for sure. We have one of the biggest contracts. It's about this thick. It's about as big as a Bible. It's huge. We have probably some of the least active members. And yes, I'm talking to all you UPSers out there, and I'm allowed to say it because I'm one of you.
But you don't say that.
I will say that
The goal is to
I
get there
look
too.
at you guys and it somewhat envious, and just seeing how active you guys are, and and we definitely have our members. George is sitting off camera. Obviously, you guys out there know George.
Shout out to
he's
George.
sitting off camera doing some technical stuff today. What's up, George? You can't hear him, but he's there. Sawas, I don't know where the fuck Sawas is. Fuck Sawas.
I don't even know who Salas is, but it is what it is.
But no, that being said, look, at the end of the day, and I think we're kind of all on the same page here, within the local and those that show up at the general membership meetings. But, I really admire what you guys bring to the table. I mean, you guys are on every strike line, and there's definitely a few UPSers, but at the end of the day, I think we are the biggest group within the local, single group, we're not talking about warehouse, but at the end of the day, I envy how dedicated you guys are. Shout out to our number one guest. He's off camera somewhere over there, Gary.
Gary,
right? Gary Brockett.
What?
He's a huge. He's the number one guest. Gary. He's been on here about 7 or 8 times. But guys like you, guys like Silver, he's not here right now, but guys that just put their whole heart into this. To me, at the end of the day, this is not a job. We've talked about it on multiple podcasts. This is not a job. This is not a, just something you do on the weekends. This is a lifestyle. You drop something at the drop of a hat. Say CVS goes on strike. Hey, I'm gonna be there. You know what I mean? I'm shoot out there. Go to the strike line because I want to support my brothers. I want to support my sisters. It's important. But just saying, it's nice to see. That being said, I mean, what is it in the Albertsons and the CVS world like? What does it look like? Are you guys ready to fight? Your groups, are you guys looking? Not that we ever want to go on strike. That's not the point of a contract negotiations.
No.
It's not the goal. But at the end of the day, is your team solidified? Are you guys, are you guys ready? And if so, I mean, what do you guys have to say to your members out there?
It's a reality, like the past couple of years, you see so many companies going on strike right now. We've been on, me, Manny, a bunch of us been on a lot of strikes.
A lot of strike lines.
A lot. So it's a reality. So that's why I tell my members every single day, this is a real good possibility because that's all we've been seeing.
Yeah.
So I've been preparing them for the past 4 years to next one's the big one. And that's the one we're going to actually might go on strike. That might happen. It's a real good possibility. And, I've been just pushing it in their heads that this is it. So they should know already. They should know, and I'm constantly telling them.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, every single chance I get. Even sometimes they don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear it, but I'm gonna tell them. That's my job to make sure they're paying attention to what's going on, because we all want They all talk about we want more money. Okay, well, how do you expect to get that?
You're willing to fight for it.
Yeah, that's the only way you're gonna get it. Like, you can't cross that picket line and be a scab, because we're all on the same team trying to get paid. So you cross that line, that's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem because everybody that's not crossing that line is fighting for you. You're crossing that line and we're fighting for you. Now there's a problem there.
No, I totally get it. And I don't think the people that cross the picket line are necessarily thinking about that. I don't think that, and I know that the predecessor generations that come after you don't really see what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're not necessarily fighting for something you'll get. I know that sounds crazy, right? But
yeah.
You talk about older generation Teamsters. Let's say a guy that's been there 40 years in CVS or 40 years in Albertsons. He has a year left, right? And you guys are about to go on strike. But he's willing to stand there on the picket line with you guys and fight. He's fighting for the generations after him, And those are the things that people don't understand, that we like to bring light to, is to say that we're here fighting for future generations. It's not just us. And that's what we like to get out to the public, and just say, we're fighting for your kids and for people that'll come up within these industries.
And that's why I came, because Paul, shout out to Paul. Our steward.
Farmers.
Yeah. He's like, I'm fighting for not even for myself or for family, like my kids.
Yeah.
And he put it out there like, it's my kids. And I got kids, you know? So that's why I came. He's like, and he was so passionate about it, like, my kids.
Yeah.
It's about family.
It's important.
It really is.
And we are, you know, as much bullshit is going on within our local, and I'll say it, you know, I'm not worried about it. You know, we're going through a local election, and that comes up this year, along with this whole, you know,
a lot going on this year
that are more important.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're a family.
Yeah, we are.
Exactly.
And to me, it speaks volumes to those that, whether we agree with each other or not within a contract setting, or I should say within a local level election setting, whether we agree with each other or not, you all should be out there on your picket lines. You all should be out there supporting other Teamsters and other members. And we kind of see where that comes. At the end of the day, I'm not afraid to admit it. You know, I mean, I think members first late and, you know, what Eric's done and everything, it kind of shows the real unity, the real solidarity. You know what I mean? I know people call themselves that, but what have they shown as far as being on picket lines, being on, you know, being there for other members when you're talking about rallies or practice pickets, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
When you see the numbers, when you see the people on the lines, that's what's more important. You know what I mean? That you can call yourself whatever you want. You can call yourself solidarity. You can call yourself unity and whatever, dignity or whatever the fuck you call yourself. You can call yourself whatever you want, but let me see the numbers. Let me see your guys on the picket lines. Let me see your guys, you know, coming, supporting other Teamsters. That's what I want to see.
No, yeah.
And doing it on your own time where you're not getting paid. A lot of these fuckers only want to do it when they're...
So, I mean, look, I think we've kind of covered some of where we're at and what we do. When you refer to contract negotiations, what exactly does that mean to you guys? I'm just curious, you know, individually. I'm not talking about, like, you know, the rest of your barn, whatever. What does contract negotiations mean to you? We'll start with you.
To me, I'm fairly new to this. I mean, I worked there for a minute, but this is my first time going through like a contract.
Yeah,
I've been there.
And I will just say, look, I think it's important to get everyone's aspect, and I actually did this on purpose.
Okay.
To me, it's like, look, you have a different idea of what contract negotiations means to somebody that's been there for, you know, 20 years or so. I'm just curious, what does it mean to you?
It means a lot, honestly. I see how, like I said, like before, I said these guys are passionate, and it goes to say, like, it all comes down to about family and what we can. I mean, we all are working towards our livelihood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I agree.
Honestly. So I like the fact that.
So, I mean, like, you know, when you say that, like, you know, it's all family, I totally understand that. You know, you talk about the aspect that we see here, you know, 952, but, like, as a new member, this is your first contract. What are you looking for? Like, what does that mean to you?
Can you sip me?
It's okay. No answer's wrong.
I don't.
No answer's wrong. To me, look,
You know, I
think
don't know what to expect from this because it's my first time being a member or being a part of a union, and I want to see what comes of it. And I hear good things, and I do hear bad things too at the same time.
I agree.
But I mean, I like how passionate you guys are. All of you guys are very passionate of it, and I'm waiting to see what comes of it.
What's up, right?
Yeah,
I think I would say that that's probably a lot of new members, you know, thoughts on things. Is that they may have heard some things, they may have experienced some things, and they're kind of conflicted. They don't really know what is going on. To me, at the end of the day, I think especially the new members, they're not really, they don't understand as far as like what
it's just
exactly a
job to lot of
union
people.
is.
It's just a job to a lot of people. But when you get into it and you really like, when you really when you get to know your coworkers and they really talk to you about it and they really tell you like, you gotta like get involved. These guys, yeah, and they get you thinking, and it's an investment. You gotta get into it, and that's where I'm at now.
I would say that, and I do agree with you. It's different, slightly, right, for you guys versus UPS. I came into UPS and I did, like I said, 20 years into UPS, and 23 years into the Teamsters. But when you look at it as a new member, you're almost like, and I've heard just about every scenario where members come up to me and I work harder than this guy. I do this, I do that, right? And you might be talking about a member that's been there 20 years and you've been there too.
Right.
And I understand those types of concerns. I really do. At the end of the day, a union shop is driven by seniority.
It is.
And I get a lot of that, and I've heard it, believe it or not, I've heard about it at CVS, I've heard it at Albertsons.
It's everywhere.
And I get it. I understand, and people are coming hot and they're like, I'm the best worker and whatever. And I understand that, but do it 20 years and then tell me, then tell me where you're at.
Oh yeah,
Right?
we all come
That's
in
true.
like that,
Of course.
Yeah.
Brand new, you work hard, expecting rewards, but it's a union shop.
It's not
You
even
gotta put your
about that.
time
Like
in.
I work hard regardless when I'm there. I just
And
work hard.
I want to clarify. Hold on. I want to clarify.
When you're
I'm
there,
not
yeah.
actually
When I work.
talking about you.
When I work.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking
I know,
about
but it's
the mindset
It's
of
the mindset.
newer members.
I like to work, and I'm not a slacker when I work.
Yeah.
So
I
I like
agree.
to fucking work. I'm sorry. Can I do that? Can I say that?
You can say that.
I like to fucking work. So
Say whatever you want.
I'm a fucking hustler. So that's where it's at, and I don't know. That's me. I'm a hustler.
Okay.
I do
I
what
feel
do.
that.
I do what I do.
I feel that. And, like I said, as a, 23-year Teamster and UPSer, like, I will say that, like, that work, when you do it 20 years, when you do it 30 years,
get it.
35 years, it's different. You know what I mean?
It just drags when you.
Especially in the UPS world, when you talk about it, we have actually language within our contract, and I'm not sure in your contract, but we have language within our contract that speaks of age and ability. You can't do the same thing when you're 50 that you can when you're 20. That's just the
I
truth.
mean, you'd be surprised. There's some people that are older than me that can hustle.
I'm telling you right now,
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
even though
I'm
they
telling
can
you.
hustle at 50,
It hurts more.
they cannot do the same thing as they could when they're 20.
I mean,
So when
you'd
you're
be surprised.
talking about multiple people, you know what I
yeah.
mean. I get what you're saying. It's not lost on me. I understand. I'm just trying to tell you, like, when you've done this a long time. Me, I started when I was in high school. I was 18 years old.
That's
I
crazy.
was 18 years old, and I'm telling you right now, there's no way I could do at 18. I could do the same thing at 40. You know what I mean? It's just not gonna happen. I mean, I used to destroy it. I mean, I thought I was amazing. I'm fucking, my supervisors love me. I could unload 7 trailers, a day, and we're talking about 53 footers. And I was good. I just got out of football. I just got out of college. I mean, I was good. Right. So, but then when you do the job for 20, 30 years,
no, I get
I've
it.
had shoulder surgery, my other shoulder probably needs surgery. At the end of the day, I think that you've given a company, as far as years, when you talk about like, okay, well, if you guys don't understand what I'm going through, it's cool. But at the end of the day, I have a union that fights for my contract that understands. I've been doing this for a long time.
Right.
So, I mean, and that's the
Yeah.
truth.
Hell
Look,
yeah.
I think we've talked a lot about, like where we're at as a team. I think that 952 has done, in my opinion, some of the best jobs of rallying the troops, right? So you look at different aspects within that. You talk about strikes that we've already been on. And you were there, I was there.
Yeah.
the strikes for OCTA. Huge, right?
That was one of
Big,
the first ones I was on.
shut down, 14 days. We're talking about a long strike,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? I mean, we're not talking about a short strike.
In the rain.
We're talking about some tough,
Really
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
So we all
it
took
was-
shifts,
we're pouring
everyone
in the rain.
came.
Yeah.
You know,
crazy.
and
That's
and
dedication.
companies should take note, to be honest. Albertsons, CVS, but not only that, our linen companies that we have coming up, you know, our beverage companies that we're negotiating right now, they should take note of what we're talking about. And we're not afraid to hit the streets. We're not afraid to jump on those lines. And then you don't only have to deal with your workforce, you have to deal with all of us, right? UPSers, I tell my guys every day, you don't cross picket lines. If you cross the picket line and you want to be a scab, you're probably going to be bad for you. And I'll tell you guys out there, YouTube and Spotify world, cross a line and see what happens. It's going to be bad for you.
I've been
Let's
asking
talk
questions.
about
I've been
that
asking
a little bit,
questions.
man.
My first strike, and I've been asking questions, and these are like, don't even do it.
Yeah.
Don't fucking
Hey,
do
that's-
it.
tell you,
Like-
That's
do not
a
cross
for
the
life
line.
strike.
You will find out what happens.
and I'm talking about it coming from like I'm a single mother. I got my fam, but I will not cross the fucking line.
Yeah, there we
These
go.
guys, these are my boys.
Yeah, we can't
Like,
do
this
that.
is my fam right here, so I won't do it.
And anybody talking about crossing lines,
Yeah.
and
We might come talk to you. That's the real
You're gonna have
thing.
some.
And-
You're gonna have some words.
And
That's
I,
all we
you
gotta
know,
say.
it's funny.
it's not
when I-
even like, it's not even. We're not trying to threaten nobody, you know. But it just
No, I
it
am.
looks bad on you. That's it. You know, that's what it is. It just looks bad on your character because
Do you hear that passion?
that's something that we're fighting for you.
and your
You get-
kids.
Yeah,
the
our
next
kids, your
generation.
kids. You're gonna benefit from everything we get.
That's what I'm saying. It's about family. At the end
If,
of the day, it's
if
about
you don't want to be in the
family.
union, then leave. You know, that's what it should be. Just leave. If you want to cross that line, then don't work there, man.
Yep.
Like go find somewhere else where you don't have to worry about a strike. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like leave. As simple as that, man. I'm gonna tell everybody at my work when I'm just waiting to see who crosses that line.
And I agree. You know, we have to be careful in what we say and whatnot. And,
Yeah.
you know, I did, especially when we were doing the UPS contracts, but I told those guys
You crossed the line.
in.
Oh shit!
Ah.
No, I heard I did. I'm sorry.
No,
I
no.
heard
I
did.
said
That's what
I
I'm
spoke to
saying.
my people when we
Okay.
had, you know,
Okay.
when we were coming up on the UPS
I'm asking
contract
questions.
negotiations. No, I never crossed the line.
better not.
You better not say that.
You better not.
Anyways, but I had conversations with my drivers, and I told them, like, look, at the end of the day, if you want to cross the line, I'm gonna come talk to you. I don't think it's not an overt threat, right? And I'm not trying to make it one
Yeah, yeah.
now.
It's means
My
of
thing
concern.
is,
Like-
I want to make sure that you understand what exactly we're doing. That's the whole point. I want to make sure that you understand we're not fighting. I'm not like striking because I get a fucking kick out of it. I love, at the end of the day, it's extra work for all of us. It's hard. No one's getting paid. No one's, you know what I mean? I get all those things. I totally understand. But at the end of the day, my concern is for the whole group. So you might have one guy that's like, I gotta cross, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And I understand, but there's other options. There's strike loans. There's, we had in the hall today, Wells Fargo, right? They said, oh, we'll help you guys with mortgage help, and we'll help you with this, we'll help you with that. You know what I mean? It's fucking,
Yeah,
it's a big thing. You know what I mean? So there's help out there for when you need it. I'm just saying, for me, I just want to make sure everyone understands what they're doing, why they're doing it. It's a big thing. It's huge for me. I'm telling you from my seat, look, and obviously I'm a business agent. It's a little bit different. But at the end of the day, this is 100% a lifestyle. It's
Yeah, of
not.
course it is.
It's
It
not
is.
a job. When you can
You
let
go
it
to-
be a
yeah.
job. At the end of the day, it's not
It's a
going to serve you
lifestyle.
because you're in a union. The union mindset is a lifestyle. You're talking about people that love this, right? I mean, and it's not that I love it because it brings me much, because at the end of the day, I'm fighting for other people,
Yeah.
right? At the end of the
And
day, that's
it
what I'm
is,
doing.
And that's what it is.
So real quick, last segment, I kind of wanted to ask I'll ask the two CVSers first before I ask Manny. But so, is there anything that you would want to get out to your membership in this upcoming contract season?
You want to go first, Martha?
I'm gonna leave it up to Job because I think he can speak for all of us. He hears all of us. He really takes what we all have to say into consideration, and he really represents all of us, honestly.
That's right, Job.
Yeah,
Go,
hey.
Job.
Doing
Hey,
his thing.
Job.
Yeah, well, look.
Shout out to Job. He's on the show.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, though. This contract is our biggest contract as a CVS company. Members, everything. This is the one I've been waiting for a long time, you know? And it's do or die right now. You know, I don't want to hear nobody complaining. This is your time to strike or not to strike. Vote no, vote yes. But this is the time to do it. This is the biggest opportunity we're ever gonna get. You know, like we've been through a lot of ICVS, and we're coming up. We're coming up. Albertsons
Definitely are.
Albertsons might not want to hear that, but we're kind of, you know, showing them off a little bit. Showing.
No, we're
you
not.
know,
Yeah, I mean, we're
you
trying
know?
to. We're trying to get
Well,
there.
it's all right. It's
Showing
all
them
right.
up? Is that what you're
Hey.
trying to say?
Yeah, we're showing them up a little bit, you know, but it's okay. You know,
damn,
hold on,
Manny.
you can talk in a little bit, Manny.
I'll give
know.
you a little.
We're trying to get there.
But I'm just saying the truth though. We're rolling deep now, and we're getting stronger at CVS.
Yeah.
We're not no little kid no more. We're fucking grown ass adults. Knowing
Doing your
fucking,
thing.
yeah, we're
Hold yourself accountable.
and we're holding members accountable at CVS.
Be part of the solution.
The stewards are strong there. We have some badass stewards at our shop. I never seen it like this right now. So, and I know we have a good administration behind our backs
Right.
with Eric, with Sean O'Brien. So right now is the time to do it.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing right now. We're taking advantage of the opportunity as CVS members, as stewards. This is our time to shine. So we're going full at it right now, and we ain't stopping. So we're coming, and anybody thinking about crossing that line, think twice. You know, this is
what's up.
your contract. This is not my contract. It's our
All of a
contract.
sudden.
You know, so let's do this.
No, I'm telling you. This
No, I'm
is
just
my this is
messing
my
up. I'm
first
just-
meeting today, literally, and I'm gonna come. They're always telling me to do my part. I can't. Okay, he's always telling me. Paul's always telling me. Like I'm telling you, they're very passionate, and the passion. It's in the passion. Like
I agree. Yeah.
No,
I seen Job. That's why I had Job on the show.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm here. So yeah, it's gonna happen now.
I got you.
I'm not.
Manny, is there anything you would want to say to the Albertsons guys as far as, you know, the upcoming contract season, what's going on?
Unfortunately, we had to cut Manny's segment to the members. The audio was too distorted to make out, and we apologize to all the members. However, Manny will be invited back to have his story told and tell the members what he would like in the contract. So be on the lookout for his return and what he has to say about the Albertsons contract negotiations.
No, I hear you. And, you know, I think we're all on the same page. At the end of the day, we are there for each other.
Of course. Yeah.
That's, like I said, whether you're a linen company, whether you're Coke, Pepsi, UPS, Albertsons, CVS, 952, we're all going to be there. And even, to be honest, right? I mean, even outside of our local, we
Yeah.
support a lot of other
We're always there.
locals. We're Teamsters.
Yeah.
We support a lot of the other locals. You know, to the other locals out there, I hope you support us. At the end of the day, we're there to support you no matter what. It's not even a question. We don't care what happened before, you know, this administration, that administration. At the end of the day, Local 952 right now under Eric Jimenez, we're here to support you. That is what it is.
That's where it's at.
So we appreciate you guys. I will say, we appreciate you guys out there in YouTube and Spotify world for tuning in every week. You know, I thank you, all of you, for being a couple new guests and an old one. We appreciate you. Thank you very much, Marta. You know,
Moreno. Marta Moreno.
just so we get that correct. Joe, Manny, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on. Finally
for
got to
having us.
show a little Albertsons. I hope you guys get on a little bit more. It would be nice. Albertsons, Vons. We appreciate
Albertsons
you.
got to step a little bit more up.
Steven Sanchez off camera, pointing to himself. We like
Steve.
you too, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Shout out to
Little
Steven, man.
shout out. But we appreciate you for tuning in every week. Please follow us, subscribe. Instagram, OCST.952. You want to go on YouTube, check us out at Off the Clock Shop Talk. Please email us with any of your questions, comments, concerns, all that stuff at OCST.952@gmail.com. If, let us know what's going on. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next week.